Hey guys, it's Adrian. Welcome to the channel. Today I wanted to talk about Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Where I started with this game or this franchise and where I am now with it. So to start with, I started off with Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare back in 2007, and I bought it. I wasn't necessarily a multiplayer player back then, but I bought it for the campaign and played the campaign, loved it. I mean, to this day, it's still one of the best campaigns I've played in a first-person shooter. Let my cousins know about it. They played the campaign as well. They went out and bought the game, played the campaign as well. Well, we enjoyed the campaign so much, we just decided we'll try the multiplayer. And again, we weren't multiplayer players. Back then, we were more into Madden, 2K, games like that. So we got into multiplayer, loved it. Back then, I guess you consider me a noob. Then we got Modern Warfare 2, then we went on to Black Ops 2, and World at War. And World at War was a good one too. Loved it. And when they started, or should I say when they left boots on the ground and started doing the jetpacks and the flying around, and things of that nature, they kind of lost me a little bit, because I also played Halo. And that was the one thing about playing Halo that I didn't like. Again, I played the campaign. I'm more of a campaign player. When I get these first-person shooters, that's the first thing I do is I play the campaign. I don't even want the game if it doesn't have a campaign involved with it. But that was one of the things that I didn't like about Halo. And Halo is a great game. I just don't like the mechanic of flying and shooting. I just don't like it. So when they did that, in the process of them doing that, I caught wind of Battlefield. Now, when I started playing Battlefield, it was Battlefield Bad Company 2. And I'm not going to touch on that. Matter of fact, I'm going to make another video in regards to Battlefield and my lineage with Battlefield. But playing Battlefield and realize it was a different game. It was a much slower game, but it offered something different. You had the levolution, so to speak, where you could actually level buildings and create different lines of sight and things like that. It brought so much more to the game. But Bad Company was more arcadey, in my opinion, than Call of Duty. But it just offered a lot more in terms of gameplay. Back to Call of Duty. So I stopped playing Call of Duty just because after World at War and Black Ops 2, it just started going a different direction for me. I did play 3, I think it was Black Ops 3. I did play the campaign on Advanced Warfare. Pretty much, I've enjoyed every Call of Duty campaign that I've played. And then we get to Modern Warfare 2019. That's what really brought me back in, was 2019. The graphics, I mean, the realism at that time, the way the game looked, it was just far more of what I like in the game. I like visuals. I'm a graphics whore, I guess you could say. So the game really caught my attention with the graphics, and then the gameplay, I liked it. It was back boots on the ground. Enjoyed it a lot. Played a lot of hours. But then, somewhere along the way, now, guys, let me let you know, I am a casual gamer. I'm not hardcore by any means. So when I get a game, I'm not. Now I do beat them on the hardest level. Typically, I start regular, next level until I get to the hardest level. Then I'll go back and just do it on the easy level. Just so there's no pressure. I just really enjoy it at that point. By no means am I just like this great first-person shooter. I would consider myself somewhere in the middle, maybe around average, a little above maybe. And I'm just going by not necessarily the stats, just where I typically end up on the board during matches. So that's why I say I'm not the best first-person shooter in the world. I'm not the worst either. But so 2019, I loved it. Played a lot of it, and then they brought back some maps that I played before on other previous Call of Duty. So it brought back a little bit of nostalgia, along with the graphics, the sound, and all that. It just made it that much better. So I played and grinded, and I got to the point where I just got burned out with trying to be at the top or have the best score in these rounds and stuff like that. So I kind of relaxed a little bit, but then I started to notice toward the end, I'd say maybe 2021, I started to notice some things. Like I could start around out really good, and then next thing I know, my shots don't seem to register. But I'm playing no different. I mean, I know what I'm looking at. My aim is right there, even and I'm right on I'm right center mass, and when I shoot, nothing. I mean, no hit marker, no nothing, and I'm losing these battles. It went from that to I started to notice that I my stats were pretty good. I'm not trying to act like I'm this, but my stats were actually pretty good. I was a little bit above average. But then I started noticing I was playing against people that was just doing all these different things. So it went from, okay, maybe they're using the scrub controllers, they're doing this, they're doing that, to, okay, they gotta be cheating. They have to be cheating. There's no way that you could come in the room, jump in the doorway, look directly at me and hit me and kill me before you hit the ground. Now, I've seen where it's been 2 or 3 of us in the room, and literally a guy jump in, and I'm not saying walk in, he jumps in, and he would shoot all 3 of us. It's almost seemingly before we even realize he's in there. So I mean, that kind of made me feel some type of way. But then I started to notice, okay, these lobbies are getting tougher and tougher. And when I play by myself, it was like that. Or when someone joined me, I felt like, okay, I'm in these lobbies now where I have to work like super hard just to keep up. I play the objective and do all these things, and I guess you could say I tactically move around the map. Now, I'm not a rusher. I don't rush at all. I guess you could say I camp a little bit. I strategically move around the map. I don't sit still very long. But then you see these people sliding. I mean, everybody just sliding and jumping, and now they're jumping, over wall, behind walls, and they're hitting you, getting headshots before they land. And I'm like wondering what's going on. So, but then they said you have Ricochet. So they have the Ricochet software in there, but what is it doing? If it's supposed to be finding cheaters in the game, I just didn't think it was working very well. So then I got to the point where, okay, well, I'm gonna cut out crossplay, because I can tell who's using mouse and keyboard and stuff like that, and I just got tired of the grind. And again, like I said, then I noticed if I have someone join me, or I invite somebody to join me, it seems like, okay, those lobbies are tough. I feel like because I'm the leader of the clan or the group or party, however you want to say it. But then a couple of people that I played that ranks were a lot lower, stats were a lot lower than mine, and when we get in those matches, it seemed to be easier. So this is just what I'm thinking. Now, I haven't, again, I'm not hardcore, so I'm not every day I'm looking to see what the meta guns are and all these different lines of sight. I'm not labbing in bot lobbies trying to figure out the best angles to shoot. I'm not doing all of that. I get in lobbies with somebody that's a little stats are a little less, or should I say worse than mine, and then the lobbies seem to be easier. And so I'm wondering what's going on. So it's got to be something going on. Now, I know what it is now, skill-based matchmaking. When I got Modern Warfare 2, I loved 2019. So I'm thinking, okay, they're going to clean this stuff up. I still kind of chalked it up to maybe people were cheating. And I also noticed in 2019, if I remember correctly, if my memory serves me correct, that they didn't have like a CDL lobby. So I'm figuring now we're just playing against the the professionals too. I mean, that's fine. That's cool. That I don't want to feel like I'm playing against professionals every round though. That's how I was feeling toward the end of 2019, and it got to where I just started grinding for camos. I really wasn't worried about winning and scores per se or nothing like that, because matches just got too tough, especially on shipment. Rocket launchers, grenade launchers, throwing stun grenades, Syntex, frag. I mean, that's all they were doing on those maps. It got to where the only map I would play, well, really two maps. It was Shipment Shoot House, and Shipment, it was a cluster, if you know what I mean. Shoot House to me was more of an old style Call of Duty map, where you had the 3 lanes, and it was always flow to that particular map, no matter what game mode you were playing. Back to Modern Warfare 2. It didn't take me long to realize, once I knew, okay, we had skill-based matchmaking, it was on steroids. It's so bad that I mean, I just have no fun at all. The maps, they brought back Shoot House. Shoot House was okay, and then the maps that they have and the map design, I mean, it's just no flow to it. So I pretty much stopped playing that game early. During the course of a day, I might play 2 or 3 matches if I could stomach it, but for the most part, that game, I didn't play Black Ops, and nor did I play Vanguard. I mean, they went to a area of time that I just didn't want to deal with it. I wanted to stay in the Modern Warfare, and so I just didn't fool with those games. Now, those games were awful if you listen to other people, and you have some that say that 2022 is worse than it. Now, again, I wouldn't know that, but I know I have no fun at all playing 2022 because the skill-based matchmaking is just ridiculous. They came out with Shipment. I tried to play a little bit of Shipment. I think it's a little different as well, but I just don't like the direction that Call of Duty went with all the different areas that you can get shot at. You know, it unless you put your back up against a wall or a fence, you know, you're bound to get shot in the back. I mean, but you know, and at this point, it's just like beating a dead horse. When you go with the footsteps, and now you find out that, you know, they're manipulating hit boxes and, you know, hit markers and things like that. It's just, now I'm just back to the point where at this particular time, I'm just done with Call of Duty. And I have picked up, it kind of drove me back to Destiny 2. I had stopped playing Destiny. I hadn't played Destiny 2 in years. And now I'm back on Destiny 2 and I'm loving it. But guys, that was just my video for today. My 2 cents on Modern Warfare 2. This particular video was just a little bit of where I started Call of Duty, where I stopped before, when I picked back up. It was short-lived. It was short-lived. I don't know what they're going to have to do to get back on the right track. I have an idea. And again, that will be in another video. Thanks for watching the video, guys. And I'll see you on the next one.